Alright everybody, it's about time I finally go over my N64 collection. I didn't get the October date like I usually do. I have had a few additions this year, and I have been a little busy with personal stuff and work and taking care of stuff. I'm going to go back to college soon. Besides all that, I have got a few things since the last video in October 2018, I think it was. So I'm just going to pull everything out of the tote and kind of show it. Here's one thing I forgot I had at all, the Majora's Mask Official Player's Guide. I think the cover's kind of loose. Yeah. It's not attached anymore. I found a tote of all my Nintendo powers, which I thought I lost somewhere in moving, but turns out I still have them. Still has the Walmart sticker on it. Perfect Dark box. It's a little beat up now. I have the manual and everything there. I actually got it complete in box a couple years ago for about 20 bucks. The N64 itself. This wasn't my original one as a kid. I lost that in the fire. This is Nigel's, I think. I actually don't have much N64 merchandise, but an old coworker of mine at my previous job found this in a lot of VHSs, so he contacted me. I don't know if this is a Kmart exclusive. I'm sure I saw it somewhere else, but it's N64 promo VHS. This came out, I believe, before the N64 came out. No, it came out after. I'm sorry. But there's a piece of promo merch. Sports game. Turok 2 Grey Kart. I finally picked up Mario Kart 64 again. I haven't had one since I was a kid, I think. Bomberman Hero. Bomberman 64. Rogue Squadron. Mischief Makers. Mission Impossible. Memory Card. Black Controller. Hybrid Heaven. Pokemon Snap. 007. Force Gemini. Turok 3, the original Black Kart. Perfect Dark. Mario Golf. I think I just picked this up in the last year, I'm pretty sure. 1080 Snowboarding. Turok the Grey Kart. I finally got Star Fox 64 again. I could have swore for a while that I had it, but I didn't find it anywhere. Ocarina of Time, or Nigel's Ocarina of Time from when we were kids. Control deck cleaner kit. I got the RF adapter. I don't really use it at all, but if I ever find an old TV I want to have some nostalgia on, I figured I'd have it around. These don't really sell for much at all anymore. Official composite and RCA audio cables. Transparent purple controller. I don't remember what the actual name is. I think it's Thunder Purple. I probably have that wrong. Transparent red controller. I got the transparent teal, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember what the official name for this one is either. Here's the transfer pack. It was used for Pokemon Stadium to connect the Pokemon games, and I think one or two other games. I actually learned this year that for Perfect Dark, you're supposed to be able to connect the Game Boy Color one or the Game Boy camera for additional features, but they cut that. The original jumper pack, which is the RAM for the N64, I think this is 4 megabytes, and then I have the expansion pack in it right now, which would be 8 megabytes, I think. Got the Rumble pack. Official N64 t-shirt. Probably gonna wash this and wear it soon. Finally got Beetle Adventure Racing again. I really loved this as a kid. Armorines, it's an odd N64 first-person shooter. Dark Rift, I picked this one up this year, but I haven't really played it yet or peeled off the back sticker. It's on pretty strong, if I can tell. So it might take a while. I don't want to really remove the Nintendo sticker. Kind of hate these things. Got Pilot Wing 64. Kirby 64. WCW vs. NWO World Tour. I finally got Gulliver. I only got to rent this as a kid. I never really owned it. Wave Race 64. My beaten up first copy of Majora's Mask. These are actually more common than the Grey Kart ones, if I recall correctly. Unfortunately, plastic in these are more brittle than the usual ones, so usually pop off. It still works fine, it's just the shell's cracked. Turok Razor Wars, the original version. What you want to do is watch out for the Grey Kart of this if you find it all. It's pretty rare. I do have 3 different versions of the Game Shark, and I do have the box for the one. If I recall, this is for version 3.3. Yeah, I'm right. 3.3. This one, they removed the LED. I think this is the last revision, actually. And 3.2, they do still use the LED. And they still do have the serial port. And in 3.0, they don't have the serial port at all. Still got my Dex drive so I can back up my N64 saves to the PC through a serial port. The more annoying part is the fact that this uses an older program. I don't think it works in Windows 10 at all. And also, you need to find a computer that uses a serial port. Fortunately, my PC actually has a thing that I can put one in. I finally picked up Hey You Pikachu in the mic. Unfortunately, the little plastic thing to hold this onto the controller, that is really hard to find, and people usually sell it for like $130 or $50 on eBay. It's insane. I really wish I could find one. I also think this is the only North American game to use the mic. I'm not sure off the top of my head, though. Here's all my manuals. Got Killer Instinct, Rugrats. I got a bunch of these together. Madden, so not all the games I have manuals of. I have the actual games. Madden, Tarzan, Ball, Toy Story 2, Lamborghini, Blast Corps. I still need to get a copy of that. Madden, All-Star Baseball, 1080, second 1080 manual, Turok 2, oh, I'm sorry, Extreme GP, Roadsters, War Gods, Bugs Life, Original Majora's Mask manual. Unfortunately, I lost the box somehow. Bomberman Hero, Hybrid Haven, the generic N64 user manual. I did finally get this little device that's used to remove the RAM in the N64, so you can swap out the expansion pack and the jumper pack pretty easily, and trust me, it's a pain to get that thing out of there. There are a few games that for some reason they freeze on the expansion pack, if I recall correctly, or have issues with it. There's other games that don't, so... And finally this year I got a hold of some Japanese imports. Here's the Mario Party games. Mario Party 1, 2, 3. They all play about the same as the US version. There's some minor differences besides language, but so far it's pretty good. I got Star Fox 64, the Japanese release, and this year I almost got a hold of the Korean one also. That's pretty rare, and I had a friend who actually got a hold of it somehow, but my other friend snuck behind my back and kind of bought it off of him, so I'm still disappointed about that. Kirby 64, Japanese version. This one's a little more beat up. Then I got Mario Golf 64, which is kind of interesting. In the US, they just called it Mario Golf, but in Japan, they called it Mario Golf 64, I think to distinguish it from the Game Boy Color release of the same name. It plays about the same, with minor differences besides the language. It's about the same game. Then I got Ocarina of Time. I forget which version this is. I don't know if it's like 1.0 or 1.1 or 1.2 with the Islamic chants or not. I haven't played through it all yet. And then the final game, I got Mario Tennis 64. Which I think I might have confused with the Mario Golf title. No, I was right earlier. It was Mario Golf that had 64 in the title. Okay guys, I'm starting off the decade with this is my collection. I don't know what I'm going to add this decade or this year. It's crazy to think how much I've added in the last 10 years. I wasn't really using YouTube that much while I was watching it, but I wasn't making videos or anything back in 2010. So I'm not sure at what point I was then, but I'm definitely a lot further. So everybody, I hope you have a good year. I hope you have a good start to the new decade. I'm going to stick to my one video a month thing for both my personal channel and Sony File. And this collection video is kind of one. Hopefully I can do more than that. I'm going to start college and stuff soon, so who knows how well those plans are going to go. Okay, until next year, have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.